Denver is no stranger to wacky weather, of course. Snow, storms, tornadoes, unfortunately, shootings. But being prepared in an emergency is your first step in staying alive during a crisis. And today we're going to learn why everyone should have an emergency plan and an emergency kit. So to teach us more is our friend from the City of Denver's Office of Emergency Management, Loa Escalín Garcia. Good to see you again, Loa. So let's talk about what type of emergencies we should be ready for here in Colorado.
We should be ready for any type of emergencies. And we go from getting stuck in traffic with kids hungry in your car.
Yes.
That is an emergency.
Yeah, that is.
From snowstorms to tornadoes to floods, because we have those kind of natural events happening here. Also, we need to be prepared for an emergency if you're a commuter. So maybe the bus you're traveling on breaks down. Do you have what you need to get out of that situation? Do you know your phone numbers? Do you have extra food? Do you have a plan of somebody to call?
And that's why it's so important and relevant to have one prepared and ready to go. And you're from Puerto Rico originally, so you know why it's important.
Yes, I grew up with hurricanes and floods.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. So why do people need an all-inclusive plan, emergency plan? What exactly does that mean?
That means you need to look at your family structure. And you need to think not only of the kids, but your pets. So we have pet bowls in our kid to make sure we're thinking about the pets. If there's any kind of special needs within your family, that will be met, that will be allergies to food, that needs to be included in that plan. And it needs to be written, because you need to default to that plan if something happens.
Right.
We get so stressed, you may forget things. If you have it all together, if you have it written down, you just refer to that.
Plus, if you possibly get separated, everyone knows what the plan is and what you're supposed to do. So you have brought some examples of some prepared kits. I call them go bags, really.
They are go bags.
Yeah, they're go bags. Grab them and go. So give me examples like what we should include in ours or what you have.
So I brought different kits for different situations. This will be my car kit. So this lives in my car. If something happens, you will have water, there is food. If there is a laceration and you need to do a little bit of first aid, everything is here. There is a radio that you can also use.
Talk, yep.
Yes.
And I like that you brought water in the pouches, because I'm thinking normally like big gallons.
Yeah,
but that's good that you have just those little pouches. Even sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen. We have a radio. It's hand cranked or battery, so it's very resilient, so you can tune in on any emergency anywhere. This is my office bag. It's a little bit bigger. It has also water. Also, I can put extra water in it, carry it. It has food. It has a little bit of clothing in it. And if I'm at the office and something happens, I have this.
That's so smart. I have one of these camo packs too, where you have the water, and I use it when I'm going on long runs or hikes, but it's good to have. I never thought about putting all my go bag stuff in there.
And then we move to stuff I have in my home kit.
Okay.
Because that is more robust, it's harder to carry. So I have a 5-day emergency supply food. But to be honest, who wants to do dry food?
Yeah.
I also have my tuna.
So where would you get emergency food kit like this?
You will get stuff like this from Amazon.
Okay.
So, and
Very
it
smart.
has 5 days of emergency supplies for one person. But I also have first aid kits, bug out bags, water bottles. Again, never forget about your pets.
Right. So I think it's important, you said earlier, you need to have stuff included that's important to you and your family. It doesn't have to be just the norm that everybody has in their kit.
It's so important. I have stuff for kids in case I run into somebody that has kids. I can provide some relief. I grew up in Puerto Rico, so I love Spam. There's Spam in my kit.
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
Because if not, I'm going to be a little bit miserable.
I would have a big old Hershey's bar.
Yes,
Chocolate.
You have to have those kind of things in your kit.
What is the city doing to prepare for an emergency? Do you have any insight on that?
Yes. So we train, we plan, and we exercise. We actually have a 90% emergency operations center. The mayor actually directs the entire operation when we activate for an emergency, and we do 2 functional exercises a year. So we have a very robust training calendar and exercise to make sure when it hits, we know exactly what to do and how to do it. We also test our warning systems twice a year. So when the sirens go off every May, all the outdoor warning sirens, it's because we practice warning people, because we want to know how to do it, when to do it, and the people know
recognize what it means. That's really smart to do with my family and my 2 boys, to actually go through the process of, hey, what are we going to do in emergency? So where would we keep our emergency kits or our go bags?
That goes with knowing your family. Mine, it's at the exit of the door. It could be in the garage. If that is your exit point, then the garage will be. So just think of your family structure, your day-to-day, and pick the place that makes more sense for your family.
This is really great information. Do you offer any classes or support that people can take?
People should go to our website, denvergov.org/OEM. We have a very robust calendar. It's worth to mention our classes are in different languages.
Okay.
So if you have a language need, just tell us. The entire form is there, and we will provide the class in the language you're requesting. But we have, next month, we have how to build these kits. For your house, your car, your family.
So smart. I got to get my 4 go bags ready. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate your help. Again, knowing what to do if you ever find yourself or your loved ones in emergency could save your life and the lives of those around you. The Office of Emergency Management holds classes on a number of topics. Now, these include pet preparedness, stop the bleed, and creating an emergency plan. Classes are given in both English and Spanish. For more information, check out this website. Go to denvergov.org/OEM.